Well, we're alive.
We are.
We're at Mags's house today. We're actually not on Zoom, which is nice. We get to be together.
Yeah. Ignore the state of my hair. I've just been given out.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to watch us on YouTube, we are very much in the thick of mum life.
Yes.
Arthur's only just gone to sleep. So is Rory. Had to feed him a couple of times, didn't you? Unsettled.
Yeah, because I pulled him out of his routine this morning to have an appointment. So
that's life. Yeah, that's life.
Yeah.
See the Cairo.
Yes.
So what are we talking about today? Oh, we were just bitching and moaning about our partners.
Don't tell him that. We love them really.
They listen to the podcast, do you think?
No, my husband doesn't.
No.
He doesn't listen to me.
I haven't asked James. No.
He hears enough of me.
Yeah, he's like, oh God, people are actually listening to you.
Oh.
Yeah. You were asking me about my week and like healing, like how I'm going, because how far postpartum are you now?
What am I? He'll be 7 months on the 23rd of
23rd.
We were able to choose his date of birth, and I went with it.
I know, it's something you can't say. 23rd.
I didn't even think of me. I just wanted the last Friday that I was allowed to have.
Yeah. You worked up until Thursday, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. So 7 months then. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm 2 months. And what you were talking about,
recovery, just how your recovery is going, how my recovery is going, and how we feel about our bodies, because that's what people come to us for, because we're there to oh my God, Max, guide, support, help them as well. And I suppose we're just talking that we're real people too, and we have these needs as well, do you know what I mean?
I think you were saying how you felt sort of uncomfortable with your stomach still.
100%. Yeah. And I suppose just for listeners, like, and we said it, like, being PTs, there's a lot of pressure on us too. Do I look at the screen or you?
I know.
Yeah, there's like a lot of pressure on us as personal trainers to, not bounce back, because I hate that term, but look good, because when you chat with someone what you do for a job, or I'm a personal trainer, they automatically look at
your physique,
and it's like, oh, okay. And I used to get that too as a hairdresser, and I still haven't changed my hair.
Or they say to you, I don't know about you, but they say, oh, don't look at what I'm eating then, or what do you think I should do about this? And they start asking you all these questions. You're like, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. It's like you can fix everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being real about it, and being honest, like, like I'm not happy with my stomach, and I'm working on that muscle separation to build it back. And I'm working with my nutritionist to try different ways of eating. And I train, I do lots of work with me. I'm really happy with my arms, really happy with my legs, really happy with my ass. But I don't like my belly. And fair enough, I did carry a 10-pound baby, and a lot of that stretched. And I know from seeing the women's health physio that I have that skin, that crepe paper skin, that it's the elasticity is quite hard for me to get it back. But how many other moms are feeling the same way? I'm just being honest and saying it as it is. And even if you Google it, because I was Googling it for the laugh, like, how to lose my tummy, and it's all about exercise, and it's this and it's that, and it's high intensity workout, and it's this. And I'm kind of like, how many people have Googled this now? Do you know what I mean? And it's just so interesting.
Do they ever talk about stuff like breathing and de-stressing and sleep? And
no, if we Google it right now, you'll see it. So it's like, high intensity workout. What was the other thing that came?
Starve yourself.
It doesn't actually talk about diet, really. It's not really telling you. It's more about the active, more about the exercise. And because I just randomly Google stuff, and I was like, how do you lose weight? Or because I see a lot of people saying they can lose 10 kilos in a week, and I was like, how can you lose 10 kilos in a week? And then you Google it, and
big poo.
But it's just amazing what's on Google. But I'm working with my dietitian, our nutritionist, Steph, and we're creating a plan together for different things, because and again, as we know, our belly is the last place for it to lose. But I want to feel confident and comfortable in me all around. I want to feel sexy in front of the mirror.
Exactly.
And how many more people out there feel the exact same way? And you know, even me as a trainer, you know, doing like I know I have all this knowledge, but it's just the way my body is, you know. So
how's your pelvic floor doing since?
Great. Not a bother.
Because you've been running.
Not a bother.
Running
and I tested so much on full bladders now, and it's great.
And you don't have to do anything to prepare yourself for a run.
Not really. Like, I suppose I do, and when we cover the running podcast, I'll go over that. So I do a lot of high, not high intensity, but like I do box jumps. I do a lot of one-legged stuff. I do, but it's that resistant, like not resistance, but Mags, get it right. You know, like when I hit the ground, that motion. I train myself for that motion, so I don't literally just go out and go hell for leather running. Because I want my pelvic, and again, you can't turn on and off your pelvic floor when you run.
No.
So you need to have it strong in that kind of position. I'm
actually excited about the podcast with the running, because I don't enjoy running, but I want to get back into being confident to do a run, like a quick run with Monty, or you know, run after the bus.
But you need that. It's the quick, like if they ran out in front of a car, that you can run. You know what I mean? It's all, and that's what I say to people as well. It's like, you know, it's all the practicality of it as well. It's not just going out running a marathon. It's like it's being able to keep up with the kids. It's being able to catch a kid if it runs out and run 100%. I was on the trampoline at the weekend with my my niece, and not a bother.
I would love that. I mean, I don't know. I would be able to.
It's the fear around it
for me, and I haven't done it ever since I've had Monty.
So
imagine, like, he's done so many trampoline things and like inflatable world and stuff, and it's always like, Dad, you'll go. And I'm like, oh
no, I get on there. I'll get you in there. We'll go over the holidays.
That would be nice.
But it is it's a massive fear. Like and we'll get more into detail, even with the whole thing I was saying there earlier, when I started back walking fast and stuff. And that heaviness I had, but it was actually from I can never pronounce it, my diamond shape, my perineum. Healing, and because it was sewed back together. And again, another thing that I've learned is, like, stitches make everything tight, and when that was stretching and stretching and stretching, it felt like a heavy feeling, but actually and a pulling, dragging feeling. And if anyone's listening feels this way, it wasn't. It was literally just that scar was getting stretched. And I do it because I'm this type of person.
Need to see it.
So even just that, like, if you felt that you were jumping on the trampoline, because you know your 3rd degree tear is pretty much the same, like it's only a tiny bit less than a 4th degree tear, you could feel that and go, oh my god, I've got to jump off, I'm feeling a prolapse. But it could be just that area stretching. Do you know what I mean?
But I've been doing because I was checked by my physio 2 weeks ago, my 6-week checkup. She said that Arthur didn't do much damage to the pelvic floor, which was great. She said I had minimal ab separation, which was great.
Fabulous.
More at the top part than anywhere else. So she said to wear like compression leggings so you feel more supported. And she actually gave me some really simple core exercises to tie in my breathing, my pelvic floor. Some of them I knew, and some of them were brand new, which I love, because then I can put some new stuff in the bank. Do you think I've done anything? Not a one. And I'm always telling my clients to do this. I'm just like, you can fit it in. You can fit in 2 minutes a day to do something to do with your core. And I haven't done it. And I think I've been looking back and thinking, why haven't I? And I think it's been me choosing whether to, like, I have a small window of stuff that I can do. It's either choosing to sleep in that window, choosing to eat in that window, because Arthur literally sleeps on me, as you can see, all the time. And even then, I don't feel like that's an excuse. Like, I can still do 2 minutes of something. All I've been doing is my pelvic floor work. So the app has been amazing. Have you got an app for pelvic?
No, I just do it. Yeah.
I normally don't do apps, and I think I can just do it myself, but actually seeing that I have to do 3 or 4 of these type of exercises specifically for me and my pelvic floor, and to see, because on this it's called the Squeezy app,
right,
by the NHS, and it says, so I have to do mine as in I'm squeezing and holding. So the chart goes round and it goes hold, squeeze, hold. So keep going, and then rest. And then you do it again. So I have to do 5 of those. And then I have to do quick ones. So hold, rest, hold, rest, hold, rest, hold, rest for 10.
Yeah.
And just seeing it visually, because I'm a visual person too.
Yeah.
And then being able to save and see, oh, okay, I've done like 1 out of my 3 a day. Motivates me to do it.
Yeah, it gives you that accountability that I've done.
And it alerts me. I set alerts, so it reminds me you haven't done it yet. And what was handy with the physio, she said, look, you're a mum, make sure you just do 2 before 10 a.m. every day, because you know when it gets later on the afternoon, kids get screaming, they come back from daycare, you forget things, you get more tired, so you're weaker in the pelvic floor anyway, so you generally then don't feel like keen to do it anyway. If you know you've done 2 before 10 a.m, then you're on the right foot. So that's what I've been trying to do. So I have been doing stuff, but I've been given 5 different types of core pelvic floor breathing exercises to do, and I haven't done any, so that's not good. So don't listen to me when it comes to that. But I need to.
I think, look, what I do is I put it into my calendar, and it's in there, and it has to be done. Everything goes into my calendar. Appointments, everything in the same system as my work calendar, and it's in there, and it's like, and I get like, you know, here I am. I get you're tired. You just have to suck it up, princess.
Yeah, it's true.
But you know, it's just like even last night. Sorry, I woke you up, eh? Like I find sometimes as well, and we are like, as mums, we do get overstimulated, because we have to do so much that what you call it, that to switch off that brain is needed as well, you know what I mean? But for me, it sounds crazy, but my switch off is in the gym, but I suppose I have that area where I can go into, and I can not that I can separate, but it's just like, okay, now I can focus on me, my brain, wind down. And it's extremely hard for some people to be able to do it. Well,
mine used to be the gym, and now it just feels like I'm so sleep deprived. It's like just getting outside for me. But maybe it's also that I feel weak in the core, so then I don't do it because I want to be good at it straight away.
Yes.
Which is silly, because that's why I'm doing this work.
Yes. Yeah. But again, that's us being honest with people, like, you know, like we're human as well, and what you call it, it's not that easy for us either. Do you know what I mean? So people have to understand, like, and it's a good thing that we're honest, you know what I mean? We're humans too. And like, I had the same conversation with my husband, you know, about running, and he's like, Mags, just relax, you know. And when I got my 3.5 minutes off my time, I was like, oh my God, yes. And now I'm aiming for this. And he's like, woman, calm down, you know. But I'm back at 32 minutes running, but my quickest is 26. And I'm like, you know, I need to get up to the 26. But do I really? But it's just my brain telling me, you know what I mean, that we can do this.
Definitely. It's it's an interesting one, isn't it? All of this healing. Journey.
It's a real slow journey when we think about it. Like,
I've had people say to me, oh, you've lost so much, like you've gone back to your normal weight. When people see me, it's like, oh, you're so thin already, da 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 da. And to me, I hate hearing that. I feel, because I'm like you, I want to be strong. Obviously it's not nice, it's nice to be told that, but also I feel drained, I feel not myself, I feel weak.
You're tired, exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like myself. So when people say that to me, I think I don't want anyone commenting on my appearance at all. I just rather them say, oh, how you doing? Like, not, I know people do that because they think that that's what you want to hear.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's really not, from my point of view.
Oh, it was like the lady that said it to me that day. Oh, it was definitely in your belly. You carried the baby.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, where else
The
would
one
it be?
area that I'm paranoid of, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And she's staring directly at it, you
Yeah.
know, and you didn't put on weight anywhere else. I'm
Yeah.
like, but it's so interesting that, yeah, like it's a thing that people need to snap out of. We've always said about appearance. It doesn't matter if you're postpartum or not. Stop commenting on people's appearance, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Yeah, all you want to do is have, you know, 8 to 10 hours sleep at night. You know, you'd be lucky if you get 6 and feel good about yourself. Yeah. But other than that, recovery wise, like, how do you feel after, like, how's downstairs?
Feels good. Like I can poo normally, which is amazing because I couldn't with Monty. I go for a wee and it's normal. It doesn't, like, I don't leak. I can walk with a full bladder and it doesn't leak. It's been brilliant. It's just, again, the physio was saying you don't have much trauma from Arthur, apart from being like 6 weeks postpartum. You obviously still need a lot of recovery because you're only 6 weeks. I'm going to reiterate that, because so many people fixate on 6 weeks and you go back to exercise and it's just, no, you need like a good couple of years to get yourself back into things. But it feels stronger in some ways, which is brilliant. And it's just still dealing with the trauma of Monty's birth, and I think that's always going to be the case with having this avulsion. But we spoke about briefly at pessaries, didn't we? Yeah, we're going to do a podcast, an episode on pessaries. Yeah,
because we'll do that with your client, and I think it's good, different things of chatting about. And if anyone's listening today, that when we cover our I can look at the screen now. When we cover our podcast, send us messages, because we'd love to know more. We only know our experience, and we're going to have our women's health physios, myself and Lara, see a team, 2 ladies went into business together. And I see one and Lara sees the other. It's actually just weird that it happened that way. But we're going to get them on and we'll ask them questions about the pessaries as well. Because another thing Alicia was saying to me about the weights training for your pelvic floor. Have you heard that? About you insert into your vagina and you weight, and you lift the thing. No, it's she showed me the gadget and the whole app, they sell it. Yeah, so I'll ask her to speak about that, because we're going to get more into that.
Something onto
you just shove it up your
the JJ.
Yeah. Pretty similar to putting in a pessary, and then you lift the weights and you bring them back down. That's okay. It's building strength in the pelvic floor, so
it's just a gimmicky.
She recommended it to me to do, because obviously with the running and stuff. And so I was like, I'll buy it next time, but I was like, I couldn't think of anything worse.
That's so funny.
I'm in the room when I do my pelvic floor.
You're just like, come on, put down.
But we'll cover that as well. But if anyone's listening, please let us know, and you can even be a guest.
That would be lovely.
We would love our listeners to be a guest someday, because you know, as we've seen, everyone's body is so different. We've got like so many women that we've trained, and there's no 2 women the same. You know, even with us, we've brought together through trauma, but total different traumas. Definitely, you know, so it's really
you know what I've been finding my healing journey has been mainly the breasts I've been dealing with, because the mastitis
and getting it twice, bloody hell.
But now that I've had my sign off and discharge letter on Tuesday, I don't have any more pus drainage to do with my boobs anymore. I need to ask you this, actually. How do you put your boobs in a bra? How do you put your bra on?
I just I'm running a sports bra on, so shove it over my head.
Okay. Did you know about the drop?
No.
It's weird. Like because I saw the physio, and then I saw the bra fitting woman. Who and my mum and my nana do the same, and I was like, I'm not listening to my mum. She's probably wrong. And then when I got fitted for the bra, I said, is this a thing where you drop your boobs in? She said, yeah. as if like everyone knows this.
Right,
Like,
I don't know.
I'm the only odd one that doesn't know this, but apparently there's a few mums who don't know this, but yeah. So you're meant to put the bra through your arms, so the strap's on, and then you lean over to drop your boobs in, and then you do your bra up. So it supports you better, and then the line of the bra is meant to be straight, so it doesn't hoik up behind you.
Right.
And that's how you're meant to put your bra on.
I've
Drop your
never
boobs in.
ever do that. Yeah.
It's so good. I would recommend doing it. It feels so much better.
But then you're trying to tie your strap back here. That's
over.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could do it like you do strap on first. Strap on. That's another episode. And you do it up, and then you could lean over, maybe.
Yeah.
How that would work. But yeah.
Yeah, a boob drop. Okay.
Yeah. I've been learning a lot about boobs and mastitis, right?
Yeah.
And I always thought that with mastitis, you're meant to, because you hear all these people saying you just massage out if you've got a blocked duct, you just massage it out. So you just massage from the armpit down to the nipple. Nope. Apparently that's wrong. And you can't actually massage out a blocked milk duct because they're not really blocked. It's just inflammation. Breast tissue. Yeah. And also the milk ducts aren't in a line from the top of the breast down to the nipple. They look like the inside of a pomegranate. They're all like uneven, like seeds everywhere. There's nothing like symmetrical, like a segment of an orange. So when you massage, I say this in like air quotes, massage out a blocked duct, it's not true. You're actually just moving it to another point of the breast. It's crazy. I was talking to Alicia about this, and I was like, right, you need to be on a podcast about this. Yeah. Yeah. So
because you're always told, and years ago, remember it was put the pressure on it and keep pressing.
She said that's the worst.
And then when I breastfed Rory and I was over engorged with milk because they put me on all that medication, the child just didn't want the breast. But she was like, no, small little circles. And it was like, who's giving the right information?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And when you've got some inflammation there, ice, apparently, because inflammation obviously works well with ice.
Yes, to cool, put cold and heat on. Yeah.
I'm meant to massage gently from the nipple up to the armpit where the lymph nodes are.
Right, okay.
And actually, when you do that, it does feel so much better when you feel that
up
sort
the
of
way.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, I know so much about boobs.
Yeah, well, I did the cabbage leaves for stopping breastfeeding.
I did with Monty.
And they worked. I
saw it actually a fad.
No, it really worked for me. Yeah. Because I was so engorged, and I'd nowhere to put this milk. And then like the doctor, which I was really annoyed with, taught me just go cold turkey and completely give up immediately and let it happen.
What?
And then I I rang the helpline because I was literally out here, and like it was at the stage where the milk was squirting everywhere if I was topless because it was so bad. And then I rang the helpline to see, and then they said that I had to give him little feeds or express, and I just found the expressing was just more what I did was the silicone haka, something like haka, but when I hear haka, I think of the New Zealanders.
Sorry, anyone who's listening.
And don't worry, I lived in New Zealand. I love it. My son's a New Zealander, so I get away with it. Like we can slag the Irish.
Oh, okay.
I'm we're not taking piss out of any nationality, just to put it there, and that would release it for me. And then I literally lived with cabbage leaves. I bought a head of cabbage and I put them in as if they were like breast pads. I put the cabbage heads on it every single day, every couple of hours, because the milk was like dripping through them.
Oh wow.
And eventually took about a week and a half for it to stop. But then when you'd have sexual intercourse,
you
get milk back again.
Do you?
Yes, yeah, it's like a turn on. Yeah. So yes, yeah.
Oh
So
no.
I was all wet.
But we haven't had the sex yet. It's 2 months so far, so I don't want anyone near me yet.
Well, since then I haven't had, like, oh God, I'm saying it out loud, but sex does take, that's more of a chore for me than working out.
Yeah.
And it's not the baby, it's more the 7-year-old, because I can say 77 on Wednesday. Because it's kind of like, oh my God, like we've to, because he's going to bed that little bit later, and then because I get up so early in the morning, I go to bed nearly the same time as him.
Yeah.
Here we are oversharing.
There's no foreplay, is there? There's no build up.
No, not at all.
Quickly, we've got 10 minutes.
In, out, boom, shakalaka.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, lovely. I didn't orgasm.
So anyone listening, we do have that too. But I love this, just being honest. Like, this is life, there's no bullshit here. It's just, it is what it is, and you just get on with it.
I want to talk about the boobs again, because I just found this fascinating. I learned all this stuff. It's the boobs. I have one boob bigger than another.
Me too. Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Really different.
Mine's gone better now. The breastfeeding, actually, I found one was massive and one was like this tiny little fart of a thing.
Yeah, it just hangs.
And hang. Yeah. And then now as my stopped the breastfeeding and it's coming back to some bit of normality again, my boobs are looking a lot better. Yes.
Okay,
yeah. So I thought that, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. If someone's listening and says I'm wrong, that's perfect, let me know. But I thought was that more milk, more boob, a boob produced more milk in one than the other. So that's what I thought it was, because I was like, this is just so weird. They were like so different. You could, like, if you come out of the shower and you're like, oh, wipe this big humongous one and then this tiny little. I could be, I don't know if that's true or not, but it was
I've gone from like a 32B to a 36 double D.
Holy bananas.
And I was like, that's why that's ridiculous. I'm not used to having
big boobs. But then, like, I don't understand that too, because your frame, like your 34 is your around you. So then as your boobs get bigger, so you move out in size too, is it? I don't know. Again, we can get a boob lady in here, or a bra specialist. Actually, you should ask your mate. Well, your one, to see what she do it. Yeah.
She used to do it.
Ah.
So we could ask her.
Yeah, because that'd be a good idea. Because then people would be getting paranoid then that they're getting bigger all around if they're moving. Because it's like a belt, kind of thing. Like if it's around your belly size, we say, visualize a belt here. Is it that's all getting bigger as well? Yeah, because that's 36 and you were 34, so that's gone up
32
sometimes. 32. Yeah, so that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
But also,
so next time someone says to you, you look great, you've got your body,
I was like, no, I've got massive boobs.
You want to see how big my boobs are?
I know, and one's bigger than the other. One's above the head, the other's just an udder just hanging there. Well, how people say, oh, the baby's like sucking the milk, like that's not real either, right? Because the baby's putting pressure on the areola, which then squirts the milk out. So they're not actually sucking it like a bottle. They're putting pressure on the nipple to squirt. So that's another thing, like just little things that I was like learning through all these breast knowledge.
So you're saying that when they latch on, they're not sucking
the milk out of the breast, they're putting pressure on the nipple to then squirt out.
Because like when you milk a cow,
exactly, like doing the action like milking the cow.
Because I grew up on a farm.
I think you know this.
Good. And if you squeeze it too hard, nothing will come out. Here I am again.
Yes, squeezing it too hard. And that's why you get some of it from the inflammation of the tissue. Some of it may not come out. So you have to, if you're inflamed more on one side, you have to adjust the baby so that they drain you better from the ducts.
Right.
Loads of different ducts around the nipple.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
And like, again, this is knowledge that we should be given. And I think we'll fight this for a long time. At school, I always say this, we should be taught about our bodies and babies and all that malarkey at
Periods,
school.
Menopause,
Everything.
breasts,
And not like when you go to the what are they called again, those classes? Antenatal? No, prenatal. Is it the ones before you have the baby? Prenatal classes.
I think it's
no, aunties afterwards, isn't it? No, maybe the aunties
prenatal. I don't know.
The ones before, in a way.
Yeah. The classes.
Yeah. It's all about the baby.
I know.
And like when I was in New Zealand having Sean, we had this lady, and each to their own, but she was real like, pain relief is bad. You're weak if you have pain relief, but it was really in your face.
Where they say breast is best.
Oh, she was all into that as well. No one has to bottle feed. Breast is best.
Yeah.
And we did 3 lessons, and I said to Dawn, I don't want to do this anymore, because she was, and I look, in fairness, I was like, from day dot, I don't want the epidural, because I heard different things about it. That was my opinion. I'm not putting it on anyone else, and that was my values. So I was like, okay, that's fine, but any pain relief, you were the worst, you know, like you were weak. And I was like, woman, you're scaring us. And then like it was really weird stuff, like she was telling us, and my husband isn't that type of person of like, get on the floor and, you know, like massage me and have a playlist ready for me. And he's just like, no, that's not us at all. You're like, it was a bit too much for us.
Yeah.
So I just said to him one day, I goes, I just don't have the energy to go to this class tonight, and we didn't end up going. But in that class, it should be about the woman. We know what the baby is like when it comes out. We just deal with it, because I honestly think we're like, the minute we have a baby, a different software goes into our brain, because in fairness, we literally just switch onto it. And like with our hubbies, you know, we love them to pieces, and a lot of people will probably say the same. They don't have that connection that we have with a baby. They don't have that software in their brains, because like, even like, you know, last night Rory woke a couple of times headbutting the cot. You'd swear it was tiny. To move around, he gets into a corner, but he didn't hear him once. And it was just like,
they're not wild,
you know,
I think
it's like an alarm goes off in my brain. He's awake now, you know, and it's just like you automatically wake up before even he starts crying, kind of thing.
I heard that Mother Nature's been very clever and created it so that we never properly get deep sleep as mothers, because for survival for our children, so we always have to hear out if they need us. And I was like, that's kind of clever in one way, but also fuck you, Mother Nature. I'd like to get some sleep.
Because I even find like in the 7 years coming up with Sean, I've only been away from him twice. And overnight, twice. And every time I've been away, I've rang to make sure he's okay. And once I was out with my friends, and it was hubby minding him, and I still rang to make sure he was going to bed properly, and all this, I just can't switch off from him. I can never switch off from being away from him.
So it makes me feel like this like weird helicopter mum, because Monty goes to my in-laws one night a week. And it was hard to start with, but I still message every evening. How did he go? Was he okay? Did he get home okay? Message in the morning, find out how his night was. So it's like,
who else is like that? Please let us know. But it is, I just, and it's not that I don't trust anyone. It's just me as his you know, main carer, that he's my world. And even I'll be the same with Rory. Like, even people have offered to mind Rory while we go up for a meal, and I'm like, grand, it's all good, you know. I'm happy out, he can sit in the pram and come with us, you know.
It's like when people, because I had this over Easter weekend, people holding Arthur and like, don't worry, I'll take Arthur off for you so you can have a bit of a break. And it hurts me, and I'm like, no, it's okay, I don't want you to hold him. But then I feel like they want to hold him because they haven't met him, blah, 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 their family and stuff. So I let them, but then as soon as he cries, I want to take him back so that he knows I'm here. And he's always looking around for me in the room because I'm his safety. But people don't get that, and they just think, oh no, don't worry, he's crying. The amount of people have said to me over the weekend, it's okay for babies to cry, it helps their lungs. And I'm like, where'd you get this bullshit from? And also, it's my baby, I don't want him to cry. There's a reason for him crying. I'm going to help him. Stop telling me what to do. But then I'm like, yeah, thanks. And then just slowly take Arthur.
Give me my child.
Feed him. It's like, it's only just been fed. I'm like, so it's fine.
But I think because we have, and again, I'm not putting anyone down, but the idea of crying it out is massive. And again, personally, I'm against, that's not my values. I don't do that with my child. You've seen there, he wasn't settling after 5 minutes. I'll go in and I'll bring him out.
And he wasn't even like proper screaming.
He was just like, you could tell he wasn't going to go to sleep. And then I went back in, brought him up, gave him his bottle, and then I could tell he was going to go off to sleep. And then he went off to sleep, where if I let him there, he would end up screaming and would end up crying it out. And look, each to their own, whatever anyone wants to do. I'm not saying I'm the best parent, but I find for me personally, what works for me and my 2 children is I don't let them cry it out. And even, we were just having the chat again, with Monty reacting with A now, his world has totally changed. And instead of just pushing him away and ignoring him and, oh, just go away, really you need to teach him of mommy. And as I said, with Sean, he's not a bother now, but he was really sad, I kept telling him, go away. And like, we had so much fun the other night. We were messing because I was teaching a client how to do push-ups and he could hear my conversation. And then when she left, he goes, can you teach me now? And I was like, yes. And we were on the floor and I was like, okay, let's do 3 each. And he wouldn't let me do, so he sat up my back so I couldn't lift off the floor. And he goes, haha, you can't do it, but I can. But literally took that 2 minutes out to play with him, and he's 7 and people think, oh, let him off. But we need to show that we're still there and we still care, and you don't need to, give out to them or push them away. And the same with the babies, they need us. That's the way they communicate with us. They cry. And like, if they're overtired, like I've seen with Rory, if he gets overtired, he will go into convulsions, but I would not put him into the cot like that. I would have him in my arms. I'd make him feel safe. I'll sing to him. I'll rub to him. I'll rub him, all that security to make him feel safe with me, rather than me, it's your bedtime, you're overtired, just go in there and go to sleep. That's my opinion. So I get where you're coming from. Just because they're crying doesn't mean they have to do it for their lungs. No. Do they necessarily need to cry when that's their way of communicating with us, So funny. Funny. And each to their own. Everyone has different ways, different values, but this is my values to me as a person. And I think you're very similar to me with your values. Because we have to be their voice, don't we? So it's interesting how we all operate differently. Yes.
Well, that's been a great little one. Or for those listening, if you have questions, please drop us an email, realtalkformums@gmail.com. If you want to share this podcast, if you think it's worth listening to, or other mums want to listen to us blabber on, then please share us. Write us a review. I don't know if we've got any reviews, but it would be great to have some feedback. Always we're here for if you have questions.
Yes, and thank you so much for taking out time to listen to us.
Yes. We will I'll come back into screen for anyone who's watching. Bye for now.
Bye.